And welcome back. And for this segment, we are joined by our friends from Bravo Motors, talking about several topics today. Of course, we're joined by Eddie Bulwa, Managing Director, and Giovanni Ramos, Senior Service Director. Good morning, gentlemen.
Good morning. Good morning.
And thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
Now, we have, first of all, the main topic we'll be discussing is the market parts versus original parts. Now, this is something that I think is going to interest a lot of people because usually people just want to go for the cheaper option.
Correct.
And the cheaper, it's also a brand new cheaper option.
Correct.
So, what's the difference?
Well, the difference with it is that aftermarket parts aren't built to the specifications of the original parts. Therefore, they don't give you the same results. They are of poor quality. And poor quality will just mean your vehicle will break down a lot faster. Now, our manufacturers have become conscious of this fact that people are a little bit unwilling to spend on the high dollar value. What they've introduced is the value-added parts from our manufacturer. The value-added parts are genuine parts, but at a very reduced price, and they still carry the full 1-year warranty as our genuine parts. So we're trying to make sure that our market is still being given the best option for the best price, basically with our value-added parts. But that is, in a nutshell, why. See, I kind of drifted off, didn't I? Yeah, but to get back to your question, Marlene, the main difference between aftermarket and genuine parts is quality. Yeah. Quality assurance, quality built into the product. With the aftermarket parts, it's basically assembled somewhere where it's just copied off an original. You have no idea what is placed within the actual product. And we came across this instance once. We saw one of the filters, it looked exactly like ours. And we wanted to know, how is it that the person was selling the filter so much cheaper? We cut the filter in half. And when you looked at the inside, you were amazed at the space. It was empty, blank space that should have actually been material filtering out your oil. So you're paying for a case, not really the protection of the item that you think you're getting. So that's the difference. That's the main difference between aftermarket and original parts.
So the part may not do what it is supposed to do within the
it will definitely not do what you think it should be doing, because it's not built to do that.
And it's not built to a specification.
Yeah.
That's the thing. No matter where you buy your genuine parts, whatever brand, if you're buying it from a reputable company, they have put years of engineering expertise to build this vehicle, to build this part. But you'd be surprised where some of the aftermarket parts come from. They're just factories with no oversight, no regulation. They're just copying parts, as Giovanni said, and that's a very serious situation, especially when you start dealing with safety parts like brake pads. We have a video at Bravo that we show. Nissan took an aftermarket brake pad and a Nissan original brake pad, and they put it on a car. They tested brake stopping distance. They tested the longevity of the pad, and the aftermarket pad did not stand up to the Nissan original pad. So you put them side by side, they look the same, but they're made of two different materials. The aftermarket pad actually caught on fire.
Yeah.
You know, that's how serious it is. So you're telling me you're willing to, all right, if we have a set of brake pads in stock for $300 and you can get aftermarket one for $100, you're willing to buy the $100 one and put your kids in the car with these brake pads that won't stand the test of time. So these are the kind of things that you have to look at. And maintaining your car properly is the cheapest insurance for longevity.
And the dollar value placed on the unit, the units that we get in, the parts are one segment. But you look at the engines, especially the engines. These are engines built to withstand our, lack for a better word, dirty diesel. Our diesel isn't the cleanest in the world. So these manufacturers spend countless hours engineering these engines to ensure that they work properly with our diesel. But a part of that is to ensure that you're using genuine filters. If you don't use genuine filters, then you're defeating the purpose. And even given the fact that the engine is built to withstand the dirty diesel, it isn't built to withstand large quantities that pass through the aftermarket filters. So you're still clogging up the system.
And 9 times out of 10, when we get a call from a customer who's not servicing with us saying, hey, I have performance issues. My engine is blowing smoke, this, that, the other, and they bring it in, we 9 times out of 10 trace it back to the aftermarket filters. I have one particular customer who continuously uses aftermarket filters, and every time he comes in, I said, dude, you're your worst enemy. Because every time you come in, we have to drop your tank, we have to clean out the filter, we have to do all sorts of stuff, because he's doing 2 things. He's using aftermarket filters and he's buying fuel out of a bucket.
Yeah,
so, he's his worst enemy. And he keeps doing it.
So whatever is saved in that process is paid for
exactly.
in fixing it.
I remember when we were young and in high school, the kids used to laugh because, you could buy a real Nike tennis, or you could go buy one knockoff Nike tennis, and the knockoff one wouldn't last as long. It's the same concept with the aftermarket filters and the aftermarket parts. It's the same concept.
Yeah. No, and you still see that today. I think the problem, and you pointed out very well, the appearance is really all people understand.
Correct.
So you say it looks like the same product.
Correct.
So
I even see it in coolant. You see there's $5 bottles of coolant on the shelf, and then there's $25 bottles of coolant. The $5 bottle is green Kool-Aid. That's all it is. That's all it is. And the people that manufacture this stuff laugh and say, oh, you could sell anything in the third world. Just put some green coloring in there, maybe put a little rust additive in there, but there's no glycol in it. You feel it and it's water. Glycol feels slippery. And some people will think, oh, we don't need any glycol. We don't need any antifreeze because we're not cold. Glycol raises the boiling temperature of the water. So we don't need as much glycol as you would need if you were in Canada, like William can attest to. But in Canada and places like that, they'd probably have 50% water, 50% glycol. In Belize, we could do 30% glycol. And what it does, it usually raises the boiling point of the water from 212 degrees to maybe 250 degrees. And that's what's critical for us. So you don't want to be putting Kool-Aid in your radiator. Your radiator is going to rust, it's going to cause problems, it's going to calcify, it's going to cost you money. Spend a little bit more and take it to the professionals to get it done properly.
Now, you're raising a very solid point. But how do you, as a consumer, guarantee that you are getting a branded part?
Well, inform yourself, read, ask, do research like anything else. Nobody that will invest in a car should just go and buy the cheapest part for their car. Do some research. Well, don't take my word for it.
Because, and I ask that question because a lot of people walk into the parts store, you say, do you have this for this particular vehicle?
Yeah.
And they tell you a price and you just pay for it.
Yeah.
So it's not a part of our culture where we say...
Or they shop around and then they just go with the cheapest, one, not asking why it's cheaper.
One of the safest way to ensure that you're getting, as you say, a branded part is to ask one question. What kind of warranty do I get on that part? And most 9 out of 10 times they'll tell you, sorry, you get 2 days, 3 days,
30 days.
If that at Bravo, whenever you buy a part from us, it's a 1 year unlimited warranty.
Unlimited mileage.
Unlimited mileage warranty on it.
The other thing, buy from the manufacturer. Buy it from the manufacturer. That's going to guarantee you that you're getting a quality part.
Now, you were talking about value-added parts as another option as well.
It's called best value.
Best value.
Best value, okay.
Isuzu has introduced the best value parts, and basically we have 2 choices of parts. We have parts that are made in Japan, and the cost of labor in Japan is very high. And Isuzu has identified the importance of the Latin America market and other emerging markets around the world. And what they've done, they've taken the same part, and they're now manufacturing it in Thailand.
Using
using the exact same specifications. The part is therefore just built in a territory where the labor is cheaper, and they're passing that savings on. And we're seeing, therefore, filters, brake parts, belts that are 50 to 70% less than the ones we used to order from Japan. And we're passing that saving directly on to the customer. We've seen the prices of our filters come down significantly over the last 5 years, and we're passing that on to the customer. That's what we're doing.
And it's only for your Isuzu, or do you offer the same thing for all the brands?
Nissan offers the same thing. And what has happened as well with our Nissan parts distribution, it used to come from Japan where the shipping was very expensive. Now we're getting all our Nissan parts distributed from Mexico. So it's right next door. So freight is less, cost of manufacture is less, and we can pass that savings on to the customer.
And then the product itself costs less.
Exactly.
Now, that's a very good, that was a very very good information in terms of understanding the difference between the two. But it really is a habit that will be difficult for people to break.
It is, but you bought your preferred brand.
Yeah.
Which hopefully is Isuzu or Nissan. You bought an original vehicle. If you start putting aftermarket parts on that vehicle,
value.
it's no longer original. You're starting to devalue the originality of the car. And the unfortunate part of it, everybody celebrates when they buy a new car. Yay, I just bought a new car. Celebrates with your friends. The sad part, nobody celebrates having to change a water pump. Nobody celebrates I need new brake pads. Everybody's pretty pissed off when that happens. But you want to make sure that the car is safe and the car is kept in its original condition. That maintains resale value.
I think the original fear of, like you said, they're afraid.
Go ahead.
Sorry. Yeah, they're afraid to make that initial investment in the genuine parts. What we've encountered recently is that people who tend to have not been in a long time, they come back in and they realize the reduction in price and so forth. And they're very pleasantly surprised. And we're seeing more of a return to these older customers, even new customers that are coming in now, and they're like, wow, I expected my bill to be much higher than this.
Now, you're highlighting a very important part of the services available at Bravo, because very often people think, you know, I have to buy a vehicle to actually take it to you to get servicing or anything like that.
He's catching up on our last conversation.
Yeah, but I'm just saying
you don't.
It's an important consideration.
Yeah. We actually had a competition, a little challenge last time we were on here for selfie sticks. And we made it clear, anybody can take a photo of one of our brands.
Right, the selfie sticks are gone.
They're gone. I mean, it was an overwhelming response. Everybody sent in their photos and people picked up their selfie stick. We did this for anybody who drove one of our brands. You didn't have to buy it from us. And it's been really, really good to inform the customer. The phones have been ringing off the hook. Lots of people have been coming and saying, hey, I didn't know I could bring my car to you guys.
To service. So people coming in for the service now?
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah. We have a customer who bought a Chrysler Town and Country. Bought it in the States, brought it to Belize. He's been having a lot of headaches with it. Took it all over the place, spent a lot of money trying to get it repaired. And finally one day I walked into his business and he said, Eddie, I need your help. I thought, what's the problem? He said, blah, blah, blah. I told him, bring it to Bravo, we'll look at it. If we can't fix it, you know, we'll tell you we can't fix it. I don't know what the problem was. He brought it in. Right away, we identified what the problem was. We let him know what the problem was. We brought in the part, fixed the thing. It's fixed once and for all. He could not believe how fast we diagnosed it, and the bill was not high. You know, and he's been singing our praises ever since, because he said, gosh, I've had this car for 2 years, nothing but nightmares, and now it's fixed once and for all.
And, you know, a lot of people are also interested in the fact that you can get the list of issues that you need to address, and then you can prioritize as well. So even if you want to bring back your car to the best condition possible, that's one of the options you can look
The other
at.
value we add to a service, for example, when you bring your car to Bravo, it's not just, oh, we're going to change the oil, we're going to fix it. We're going to run the VIN. And we're going to check the manufacturer to see if there are any outstanding safety recalls, to see if there are any outstanding technical service bulletins, anything that needs to be done to this car that might be outstanding. And if there's an outstanding safety recall with any of our manufacturers on your car, we're going to fix it free of cost. So we're going to bring that part, put it on your car, there's going to be no cost to you, and your car is going to be safe. All right, so that's the value you get when you come to the dealer. We have all the computer diagnostic equipment to properly diagnose your car. You know?
Just make your appointment ahead of time if it's not one of Bravo's brand.
That
I remember
helps
that
us. That helps
conversation.
us.
We're still waiting for your appointment.
And I still have my egg, which was the point I was getting into next. You know, I'm missing my Easter basket this time. I thought you guys were going to bring back the goodies.
Well, we're encouraging everybody to hop on over to Bravo Motors to get their car serviced for Easter. We're encouraging everybody to come early because there's always a rush that's going to come in, obviously, next week. So
well,
get your
it's only
appointment.
4 days?
Four
Are you
days
open
away.
on Thursday?
We are. Half day on Thursday.
Yeah, so it's 3.5 days.
Hop on over, and everybody that has hopped on over since we started this promotion has been ecstatic with the prizes. You know, you get 15% discount, $75 off, $50 off. They're all in the eggs. You pick an egg, and it tells you what's your prize.
Now, that's a very important point that we're raising right there. The recommendations that you'd have for people, especially when they're going on their Easter vacation and taking journeys countrywide or going beyond Belize's borders. What's your recommendation in terms of servicing your vehicle prior to your road trip?
Well, the recommendation to service your vehicle is first get it in. If it's not something that is serviced regularly, if you just go to that random guy to change your oil filter, The best course would be to bring it in. Let us check everything, because our evaluation checks your brakes, your fluids, everything.
Suspension parts, everything.
Yeah, that would be the first step. And once we've identified issues, if there is any with your vehicle, you at that point would be notified of the urgency. If it's a brakes issue, we'll let you know. We recommend you change your brake pads now. We recommend you do this particular repair now. Whereas compared to if it's something like a busted seat belt or something that you can live with a couple of days or a week, we let you know, okay, this isn't priority today, but we would recommend you do it very quickly if you can also. So we take away that hassle from you when you get a list, and like you get a list like, what am I looking at here? We explain it clearly, and we let you know the time frame in which we would recommend you to get those repairs done.
And one of the things we pride ourselves on, a lot of times people come and say, well, you know what, there's many authorized dealers in Belize, and what's the difference? We pride ourselves on customer service. That's one of the things that we go to work every day, and we work very, very hard to satisfy and please the customer. I stress to all my customers, we're not perfect. We make mistakes, but we're going to focus on correcting if we make a mistake to make sure you're happy at the end of the day, because if we don't take care of you, the customer, you're not going to take care of us. You don't need to come back to us, you know.
So satisfaction guaranteed.
Satisfaction is guaranteed, and we take that very seriously. And you can interview any one of our customers, and they'll tell you, you know, they'll sing their raves about Bravo Motors and the legendary customer service that we deliver. That's what we're all about.
So, Hop On Over is still taking place.
It's taking place. It's going to go through until the 17th of April.
Okay.
So if you want to service your car
Easter, you can still
hop on over. Correct. And it goes for servicing and new cars.
Okay.
You can get up to $3,000 off a new car when you hop on over.
So you get your 15% discount off a brand new car?
No, you get $3,000.
I'm checking because if I pick an egg.
I know.
I was just thinking about that. I got the 15%.
Talking about new cars, we've got a new car that we're featuring that everybody is ecstatic about as well, and it's the new Nissan X-Trail Rogue. That's the photo of the car there. It's quite similar to the Qashqai that William test drove, except it comes with a third row seat. It comes with a round view monitor. So when you put it in reverse, the cameras light up on the dashboard and you see completely around the car, so you can see exactly where you're going when you're reversing. It has won the top award from the International Highway Safety Institute in the United States. KBB, which is Kelly Blue Book, just gave it a 9.1 out of 10 score, which is the highest score of all the SUVs in its class in the US. It has been winning award after award, and we have it in Belize, and it's gaining critical mass. I mean, this week alone, we delivered 3 units to 3 new lucky owners. They're enjoying their new X-Trail Rogue. And we're encouraging anybody shopping around for an SUV to come in and test drive and take a look at the X-Trail Rogue. It is the leader in its class across the board right now. Don't take my word for it either. Google it. You'll see all the awards that start coming up. And it's a sexy car.
It is.
You know, you see it coming down the street and the LED lights are all lit up.
Yeah.
Come now.
I know. And it gets better. In Belize, the #1 selling vehicle is the 4-door diesel pickup truck. 4-door diesel pickup trucks that are fully loaded sell for about $85,000. We also have an X-Trail Rogue that sells for $85,000. So you can come in, and some people buy it a pickup truck but need an SUV. But they bought the pickup truck because they think, oh, an SUV, that's $100 grand. I don't want to spend $100 grand.
Yeah.
We can get you in a brand new Nissan X-Trail Rogue for $85,000.
Is it gas or diesel?
It's gas.
Okay.
It's a 2.5-liter 4-cylinder gas. It delivers about 25 to 30 miles per gallon. Furthermore, we've been talking about our leasing program. We can get you in an X-Trail Rogue for $1,300 a month on a 3-year lease. Leasing is new in Belize. It's just like what's done in the United States. It's very easy to qualify. You need an ID, a job letter, and proof of address. And we can have you driving around in your Nissan Rogue within 48 hours once we have that information. So if you want to drive to your Easter destination in a brand new car, hop on over to Bravo Motors and we'll put you in a brand new Nissan X-Trail for $1,300 a month. Or a brand new Isuzu or Nissan pickup truck for about the same price. And that's, I'm talking a fully loaded truck, because we have leases on our trucks starting at $999 a month. All right.
Now, and you've always mentioned that the possibility of a test drive is there for anybody who's
We
interested.
welcome
so just
that.
Go on over to
We
Bravo
welcome it.
and
Do it.
try it out.
I'm going to tell you, do it.
Yeah.
William approves of that one.
That is a really sexy vehicle, though.
You'll
It
see
is.
him in it by next week.
I know. You'll start seeing more of them on the road. You know, they're very distinctive. The LED lights light up. They're really, really sexy cars. And like I say, they're extremely awarded car right now across the board.
Nice. So what else is happening at Bravo? You also have your photo competition still going on.
The photo competition continues, and we're going to pick the prize the winners early next week.
Okay.
So there's first, second, and third prize. Everybody that has posted their photo with their vehicle in action is up on our Facebook page. We're encouraging people to go up and like the photos and tell us which one is going to be the winner. And whoever gets the most likes will be number one, second most likes will be number two, and the third most likes will be number three. And we've got some really nice photos. We've got some photos of handsome guys and beautiful women, and they've all taken their photo with their car, and it's on there. So we encourage everybody to go like our Facebook page and see what's happening there, and vote for who you think has the best photograph. And we'll pick our winners early next week and announce who the winners are.
I'm sure people are marketing like crazy.
Indeed.
That's what they normally do, yeah.
All right, well, guys, we want to thank you very much for joining us this morning and raising some very valid points, especially when it comes to parts. And you can't always trust your eyes when you're not a mechanic. Right?
True,
So,
very true.
Thank you for having us. We really appreciate the opportunity. We look forward to joining you again in the near future.
Yes, we'll see you very soon.
Yeah.
We're going to go ahead and take a break, and when we come back, we'll be talking about UB's Relathon. Stay tuned.